Remember, over decades, US almost built Pakistan as a counterweight to India in the subcontinent, and now US adopting this decision, taking this move in which they are saying that they have nothing to do with it, let Pakistan handle what it is doing. This is what India has been asking for years now under Prime Minister Modi's foreign policy doctrine, that you have to dehyphenate, which has happened completely, and at the same time, India should deal with Pakistan on its own. None of the allies or the fair weather friends of Pakistan should jump in, and there cannot be any diplomatic solution to what is India facing and continues to face from Pakistan. Terror which emanates from Pakistan, and that is the reason why the larger principle or the messaging that came in from Operation Sindoor was that India targeted and dismantled terror hotbeds inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, the headquarters of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. There has been proof given to the international community that these are the terror outfits which have been propagating and also carrying out terror attacks on Indian soil. Arjun is joining us live from the newsroom. Arjun, this is a big statement which is coming in from the new Trump administration.
Well, that's absolutely correct, Maria. And in fact, this is, this J.D. Vance, the American Vice President, has in fact underlined what India has been saying for so many years now, that all of these security issues between India and Pakistan are theirs and theirs alone, and to be dealt by these two parties and no one else. As a matter of fact, during a Fox News interview, J.D. Vance, we'll be playing out the bite for our viewers who've just joined in fact, right after I'm done with this, has said categorically that this is none of our business. And not only J.D. Vance, in fact, amidst the attempted Pakistan missile and kamikaze attack last evening, US Secretary of State E.M. Jaishankar's Marco Rubio, US Secretary of State E.M. Jaishankar's counterpart, in fact, dialed E.M. Jaishankar and had a telephonic conversation with him where he said, and I'd like to quote here, he reiterated his condolences, in fact, for the horrific terrorist attack in Pahalgam, and also reaffirmed the United States' commitment to, in fact, work with India in the fight against terrorism. Not only this, the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio also then dialed Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, and he reiterated in that call for Pakistan to, in fact, take concrete steps to end any support for terrorist groups. Now, these calls, these calls done by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, followed by Vance's strong comment that they have nothing doing here. The US has absolutely no business. Only, further underlines India's stance that it has been taking for years together now. Back to you, Maria.
All right. We have a guest joining us. Achal Kumar Malhotra is a former ambassador. We also have Captain Yashika Tyagi joining us on this broadcast. Ambassador Malhotra, US taking this stand in which they have taken a complete hands-off approach from Pakistan, I would say, and we are not going to get involved in the war that is fundamentally none of our business and has nothing to do with America and its ability to control it. This is what India has been saying, that this is India's business and India's business alone.
Good morning, Maria and my co-panelist. Yes, J.D. Vance's statement is open to many interpretations. The optimistic interpretation would be that by saying that they are offhand, this is none of their business, essentially they are giving a free hand to India to deal with the matter the way we want to deal with it. So to that extent, I think it's a very good and a positive development. But at the same time, while they are preaching us about de-escalation, and also they are not saying completely, they are not taking completely disengaging themselves, because he did mention about their intention to continue to pursue this matter through the diplomatic channels. So we'll have to see what, this is an open statement, what comes behind the scenes, we will have to have a look at it. Also, we should also read this statement in conjunction with what Donald Trump had said a couple of days ago after the Pahalgam. He said, I like both of them, meaning Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Shahbaz. I didn't like that idea. He says, I have good relations with both Pakistan and India. I didn't like that also. And we should be realistic. I think they continue to have vested interest in Pakistan. They would still like to operate or have some hold in Balochistan to keep an eye on Afghanistan, Taliban, and Iran. And at some point of time, they might, need Pakistan for its nuisance value arising out of its geographical location in this area. So, be that as it may be, my position has always been that this is our fight. We have to fight it alone. We have to find ways and means to handle it. We have to find it vis-a-vis Pakistan. We have to fight it in terms of our own internal security. We have to look at, locate, identify their sleeper cells, the supporters and sympathizers within the country and eliminate them. And where we stand today, of course, the conflict has widened. Pahalgam was the escalation from their side. We exercised our right to, defend and right to respond. I think everybody thought maybe it may stop at that, but Pakistan, in its wisdom, has decided to carry it further. So we have to see where will it stop. It has widened. It has definitely, taking a larger dimension. We will have to see where will it stop and when will it stop.
Okay.
And last thing I would like to add is that we have already exercised our right to defend, right to, respond. There is a right to preempt. That we should continue to exercise.
And Ambassador Malhotra, it is continuing.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to act as a deterrence for Pakistan. Captain Tyagi, it appears that India's preparedness is actually, and the state of high alertness that entire country is on, is actually helping us in the way that we have managed to, the Indian armed forces, I would say, have managed to bring down all the missiles and drones which attempted to target our military installations in multiple cities.
Good morning, Ambassador. Good morning, Madam. This is such a glorious day today. And I certainly would take on from your Ambassador left and you asked me the question. See, our military might consequence if not have the political will and courage to take strong decisions. It is not.
All right, we'll try and connect with Captain Tyagi in just a bit. But Ambassador Malhotra, in terms of, besides reading what J.D. Vance actually said, overall, would you also say that India has managed to ensure effective communication in these times? Effectively,
definitely.
with a lot of clarity, with a lot of matter-of-fact statements being put out by the Foreign Secretary with great degree of sobriety.
No, definitely, Maria, definitely. We have been, our campaign has been, it's a very long campaign that we have done to, sort of mobilize opinion, international opinion against terrorism. And now everybody is talking in terms of zero tolerance to terrorism per se, but when it comes to specifics, every country has its own positions. And we have been, even if somebody may say we are not obliged, but I think it's always useful in the context of international relations that whenever a situation like this is evolving, it's always good to keep your friends and partners informed about the true picture, the narrative, our own narrative, so as also to counter the narrative from your adversaries and take them into confidence, and so that the minimum they can do is take a rational, objective position on the current scenario and not rush into taking any steps which are against our interests. So I think to that extent, we have been very, very successful. Of course, the Pahalgam attack was condemned unequivocally by almost everybody except a few, and we are not surprised by that. and Pakistan's narrative at the UN Security Council has also been more or less rejected. There is no resolution, no statement, and everybody has those who matter in the international politics today, geopolitics. They have acknowledged that India has a right to defend itself, and therefore, whatever appropriate action we think we should go ahead with it. But genuinely, of course, everybody is concerned and should be concerned, including our own selves, that we don't want a conflict. First and foremost, we don't. It's not we have been propagating that it's not an era of war, and left to us, we would not like to have a conflict. And the international players are also don't want that this conflict should become a regional conflict and with two nuclear powers, getting out of hand. So that concern is genuine. So when they call for restraint, they call for de-escalation. That's understandable. But so long as, but one question that we must ask the United States is that are they going to question Pakistan about the use of F-16, because they have put restrictions on the use of F-16, and I hope they are able to tell them that they will have to pay for it. I mean, they will be punished if they do that in the case of conflict against India. Over to you, Maria.